day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. Anyhow, we're going to read The Goose Girl at the Well. The Goose Girl at the Well. There was once upon a time a very old woman who lived with her flock of geese in a waste place among the mountains, and there had a little house. The waste was surrounded by a large forest, and every morning a woman took her crutch and hobbled into it. There, however, the dame was quite active, more so than anyone would have thought. Considering her age, the collected grass of her geese, picked all the wild fruit she could reach, and carried everything home on her back. Anyone would have thought that the heavy load would have weighted her to the ground, but she also brought it safely home. If anyone met her, she greeted him quite courteously. "Good day, dear countryman. It is a fine day. You wonder that I should drag grass about, but everyone must take his burden on his back. Nevertheless, people do not like to meet her if they could help it, and took by preference a roundabout way. And when the father of his two sons passed her, he whispered to them, 'Beware the old woman. She has claws beneath her glove. She is a witch.' One morning, the handsome young man was going through the forest. The sun shone bright, the birds sang, the cool breeze crept through the leaves, and he was full of joy and gladness. He had as yet met no one, when he suddenly perceived the old witch kneeling on the ground, cutting grass with a sickle. She had already thus thrust a whole loaf into her clothes, and near it stood two baskets which were filled with wild apples and pears. 'But, good little mother,' said he, 'how can you carry all that away?' 'I must carry it, dear sir.' And said she, 'Rich folks' kids have no need to do such a thing, but with peasant folks the saying goes, don't look behind you. You will only see how crooked your back is.' 'Will you help me?' she said, as he remained standing by her. 'You have still a straight back and young legs. It would be a trifle to you. Besides, my house is not so very far from here. It stands there on the heath behind the hill. How soon you would bound up there, Arthur.' Young man took compassion on the old woman. 'My father is certainly no peasant,' replied he, 'but a rich count. Nevertheless, that you may see that it is not only a peasant who can carry things, I will take your bundle. If you will try to,' she said, 'I shall be very glad. You will certainly have to walk for an hour, but what will that satisfy to you? Only you must carry the apples and the pears well.' It now seemed to the young man just a little serious when he heard of the hour's walk, but the old woman would not let him off, packed the bundle on his back, and hung the two baskets on his arm. 'See, it is quite light,' she said. 'No, it is not light,' answered the count, and pulled the room face. 'Verily, the bundle weighs as heavily as if it were full of cobblestone, and the apples and the pears are as heavy as lead. I scarcely breathe.' I had a mind to put everything down again, but the old woman would not allow it. 'Just look,' she said mockingly, 'the young gentleman will not carry what I am, an old woman, have often dragged along. You are ready with fine words, but when it comes to be earnest, you want to take to your heels. Why are you standing loitering there?' she continued. 'Step out no one will take the bundle off again. In brief, the Goose Girl in the Well is about teaching the lesson of gratitude and survival. So again, that's teaching the lesson of gratitude, gravel. I'm thinking cobblestone. Gratitude and survival. So with that said, Feliz Navidad, and we shall meet again.